fakes down low into the post up top. Bradshaw step back three. Good. Nothing but net by McKinley. Bradshaw. Hansen turns around against Ellingford. Pretty move from the senior.
Eagles basketball is on the air. Lyman High School is ready to soar through the 2019-2020 season. Catch it all on your home for Bridger Valley basketball. MyLocalRadio.com. Lyman basketball is brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Come On In of Casper, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Plains Tire, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Trona Valley Community Federal Credit Union, The Store, and Blacks Fork Dental. Now, Eagles fans, it's time to head to the booth to join the play-by-play voice of the Bridger Valley, Jake Hibbard.
Welcome one more time tonight into Rock Springs High School Gymnasium, host of the 25th Annual Flaming Gorge Invite. It's Lyman and Rock Springs. Coming your way in about 13 minutes from now on the girls' side. Jake Hibbert joining you online at MyLocalRadio.com and on the radio at KNY and 99.1 FM. Back with pregame coverage and the first look brought to you by Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness. Next on a First Bank presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. In addition to our cleanup and restoration services, we also offer new construction and remodeling. We can help with a newer kitchen, bathroom, a garage, deck, or a new addition to your home. We provide accurate, itemized estimates with no hidden fees or extra charges, and we complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Call us today at 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
Welcome into the Sawyer's Disaster Cleanup and Construction pregame show. Sawyer's located in Lyman, Wyoming for the Bridger Valley or beyond, well beyond. Call 307-741-7000 or visit wyodisastercleanup.com for Sawyer's. Time now for the first look brought to you by Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness, whatever it is you need. Whether it's home or auto glass repair, a 24-hour fitness center, or 24-hour towing, Bradshaw's can probably help you out. Well, for Lyman earlier today, they fell 48-40 to Laramie, and it kind of came down to not getting shots to fall at needed times or struggles holding on to possessions at times as well. Lyman coming in is getting 15 points a game from Bryce Hansen and 12, just under 12 from Charles C. Rose. That was coming in and out of the Bridger Valley Invitational. Well, Hansen had 16 in the loss. Rose with 7. Mandy Ayer with 9. Scoring and consistency just kind of become a little bit of an issue early on for this Lyman team. Are they going to be able to get it through maybe more of a consistent spurt rather than in bunches? Because scoring certainly did come in bunches earlier today in that loss to Laramie. As for Rock Springs, they're 2-2. Lyman sitting at 2-3. And Rock Springs in their first game upcoming of this 25th Annual Flaming Gorge Invite. They're 2-2, like we mentioned. They lost to Laramie and they lost to Natrona County. They lost to Natrona County just barely, 35-33, the final on the board, and then lost to Laramie 31-24. They just couldn't get around the zone. Defense was their issues and couldn't put a shot up. However, this Rock Springs team knocked off Central, a Central team with high hopes and high expectations coming into the year. This Rock Springs team beat them 46-39, and then they beat Sheridan 57-37. So exactly what we'll see tonight. I think it's probably a pretty good contest. Brentley Jenkins, one to watch, a sophomore for Rock Springs. She's coming off of a stellar freshman year, averaging 14 points per game after just 3 contests. We know she can put it up in droves. She can shoot from outside. She drives in as well, and maybe what she excels at the most is driving in and getting fouled, drawing contact to get to the free throw line where she converts at a high clip. Peyton Reese, also a returning starter. Outside of that, a whole lot of new faces for this Rock Springs team. It's not unlike how there's a whole lot of new faces on this Lyman team. We'll give you starters a little bit later, but when we come back, as we close out this first look brought to you by Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness, we'll continue with the Sawyer's Disaster Cleanup and Construction pregame show by hearing from the coaches in tonight's contest. When we return, we'll hear from head coach of the Rock Springs Tigers, Ramiro Candelaria, and then finish off with Jason Hansen, head coach of the Lyman Eagles. This is the First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball, live and online at mylocalradio.com and on the radio at KNY on 99.1 FM in Evanston.
Whatever you need, it's likely that Bradshaw's and Lyman can help. Whether it's windows at home or new glass in your car, truck, SUV, or semi, Bradshaw's has it. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything large to small. And the Bradshaw Fitness Center is open 24/7. There's more, so always call Bradshaw's first. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. Again, that's 307-787-3450.
Back here at the Sawyer's Disaster Cleanup and Construction pregame show, about 8 minutes until the opening tip. Let's hear from Ramiro Candelaria, head coach of the Rock Springs Tigers. Ramiro Candelaria with the Rock Springs Lady Tigers. Start off in Riverton. Run me through those games as you got your first week in.
A lot of highs and a lot of lows. Of course, I'm stuck thinking about the lows. But we saw some quality things that our girls can do, but we also saw how bad it can get.
You get a couple of wins and a couple of losses. Today in practice, I heard you start off with a little quote that said, "You can never learn if you tap dance around the truth." What's the message behind that?
The message is that these girls got to really evaluate themselves on film and really critique the mistakes that they made. And they're all correctable is what's good. But sometimes it's hard to hear the truth, and correct it and not take it as a personal attack.
You got 2 wins, I think, over Sheridan and Central, and then lost to Natrona and Laramie. Out of those 4 programs you face, it's your first look at 4A competition. What are you seeing around the state?
I'm seeing a lot of pressure defense, a lot of trapping up top, a lot of full court stuff, which hasn't changed much. But from some teams, it was surprising. Like Natrona didn't expect that. Laramie didn't expect that.
It sounds like you're stressing the importance of ball movement with this team.
Absolutely. I feel that Laramie could have been a lot different if we would have shared the ball a little bit more. They stuck a 2-3 zone on us the whole game, and we kind of just kept it on one side and tried to win individually. So we're stressing that a lot this week.
Taking a look at this team, who's back from last year, who's new in a varsity role?
We have Jenkins that's back, Minery that's back, Peyton Reese that's back, and those are 3 players that gave us significant time last year in the varsity. We have a new face, Cameron James. She's a new starter for us right now. Aislin's a new starter for us right now. So those are really, and Johnson, she gave us some spot minutes last year, but she's more significant this year also.
What do you think this team's strength can be?
I think spreading the floor out with ball movement, because we have some pretty decent shooters out on the three-pointer, and we have some girls that can really drive and dish. But if they get stuck and try to win individually every single time, we can't get it out there, and we get stuck, and they just pack in the middle.
Brenly was a great addition to the varsity program last year as a freshman. Now as a sophomore, sometimes things get a little tougher as teams focus in. What's in store for her this year?
Once the real scouting starts, I think that she's going to have a lot more on her plate. But as far as this tournament, there wasn't anything different. Like, they weren't face guarding her much. They weren't doubling her much or more than anybody else on our team. But she's gotten better, man. She's gotten more athletic. Her jumper's better. She's a leader now. I'm just impressed with this kid.
That's Coach Ramiro Candelaria with the Rock Springs Lady Tigers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We'll take a break, come right back with head coach of the Lyman Eagles, Jason Hansen, right up on the First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on mylocalradio.com.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. Our company has helped thousands of people put their homes, businesses, and lives back together after a fire, flood, storm, or other disastrous event. We work with all insurance companies, and we work for you by being professional, fair, and honest. Our certified technicians are trained in every aspect of restoration, so we can complete each project in a fast and satisfactory way. Call us today, 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
Jason Hansen joins me, head coach of the girls Lyman Eagles basketball program. After the first week of your home tournament, kind of assess and run through the matchups as you saw them play out over the weekend for your team.
With Rich and Cokeville, those are both games that you lose, and you always learn more from a loss than you do from a win. So kind of recognize that we have lots of work to do, and hopefully we can, this week we can shore up a few of those things. Yesterday in practice we talked a lot about just being not turning the ball over as much and taking better shots, and so hopefully we can fix that, and then just things on defense to help slow the other teams down.
Against some teams, you got a ton of turnovers in. Now, it was an interesting situation when you played Farson because they were missing 4 of their regular varsity starters, so we won't go into too much of that. Kemmer,
right.
You were able to get your turnovers in bunches, but then when you played teams, I guess kind of like Rich, which is a team that has been a couple weeks into the season and has some good players on it, the turnovers for you kind of added up. Where do you think those turnovers became a problem for your team? Where were the breakdowns at?
We're trying to play at a faster speed, and so just initially running our fast break, we were passing it to people that weren't open, or we'd go to pass it and someone would jump in a passing lane and make us travel, and so there was a lot of times where we were traveling early on after we'd either gotten a rebound or gotten a possession back through our defense. And so we, the thing about Rich, what hurt us was a lot of those turnovers added up to points for them. And so those are things that we got to get better at.
The first week, I think for all teams, the shooting's usually not there. You had moments where the shots were falling, and then others where you just couldn't find anything. Did you see that more as just the beginning of the season than anything else, or are you putting an emphasis on getting shots in this week in practice?
Yeah, we're gonna get a bunch of shots up this week, and I think it's kind of 50-50. We weren't very good at executing our offense the way I would want us to, and so we didn't manufacture easy buckets like we should have, and so that resulted in us taking maybe more difficult shots and lower percentage shots. And so we also talked about being better from the free throw line. I think, in the Cokeville game, we had a couple players, shoot well below 50%, and that hurts you down the stretch, especially in tight games. And so those are things that we just got to get better at. We did have some times too where we just had scoring droughts. We'd go 5 or 6 minutes without points, and the other team would get 3 or 4 points in that stretch and extend the lead. So just things that early on in the season it's going to happen. So you hope it doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, absolutely. And finally, after this Flaming Gorge Invitational, you have something like 20 or 21 days off before your next tournament. And that is it gives you a lot of time in the gym for practice, and it also gives you a lot of time in between having any games. How do you manage that time? Of course, you've got the holidays where they get some time off, but how do you manage that as far as trying to keep them ready for game in-game shape, I guess?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to keep them in game shape. Usually my philosophy is we don't start getting in shape until after Christmas break. And so, when break starts to get over, we'll start, increase our running a little bit and try to do more and more drills that is going to help us get in game shape. And then, with the games that we play, that obviously helps. But, right now, initially, we're not in shape, and I think that, hurt us this weekend, and we're not going to be in great shape again probably for this next weekend. So we're just hoping that we can survive. And usually I don't try to, emphasize on staying in shape that much until, later in the season. So not kind of worried about that, and we're just, we'll just work on some, things over the break to get a little bit better, like shooting and fundamentals, and then start working on team stuff as we get back after the break.
That's Jason Hansen for the Lyman Lady Eagles. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Opening tip is up into the air and won by Lyman. The starters for the Rock Springs Tigers, Michaela Johnson tipping at center, number 25. Brenley Jenkins, the point guard, wearing number 1. Number 10, Cameron James. And a right side bucket for Charles C. Rose to start the game. Lyman on top, 2-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Brenley Jenkins with the basketball. She's got Cameron James to her right. And continuing the starters, Aislinn Pisolar. And then down to the blocks, it's Johnson off the glass. Good. Johnson with a quick 2 up as well. 2-2 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. So we got Jenkins. Peyton Reese wears number 2. And she is actually not in the starting lineup right now. It's Aislinn Pisolar, and in place of Reese, it's Michaela Johnson. Mandy Air steals it away from Cameron James. Mandy Air, Charles C. Rose, Hadley Gross, Bryce Hansen, and Nicole Peden, the starters for Lyman. Lyman, for the first time in a game I'm covering this year, are wearing their dark blue jerseys with the white striping and lettering. Numerals on the front and the back. Number 10, Nicole Peden out to the left block to Gross, then to Mandy Air. Lyman going from right to left in half number 1. Baseline drive, out to the corner. Rose gives it back up to Hansen at the top of the key. Just outside the free throw line, Hansen fires, misses long. Cameron James with the rebound. 2-2 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Rock Springs white jerseys. Black and red striping at the bottom of the shorts, black numerals, and black piping on the sides of the sleeves. Ball was knocked out of bounds, but last touch by Rock Springs stays with Lyman, moving from right to left. Lyman 2-3 on the season. Rock Springs coming in at 2-2. All against 4A opponents. Lyman's 2 wins coming against 1A school, a 1A and a 2A school. Into the blocks, Gross shoots, misses, but is fouled. Blocking foul, and did not see if there's 2 shots signaled. Here's the official, and it is at the line. 2 free throws for Hadley Gross. For Hadley, last week at the Bridger Valley Invite, she went 2 of 8 from the free throw line, misses 1 here. Earlier today, she made it to the free throw line, I believe, once, and missed those. Second shot, good. And it's 3-2 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 1 for 2 trip by Hadley Gross at the free throw line. Mountain View, my goodness. Rock Springs basketball is a different 2-worded town name. Down low looking for Johnson, knocked out of bounds by Air. Looked like her knee buckled just a little bit, or maybe that was out of frustration that she just missed grabbing the basketball. Jenkins to inbound. Averaged double digits and was up at the midpoint of the season, up near the 20-point per game average before it dropped in the back half. Brenley Jenkins, a sophomore and a leader, as you heard Coach Candelaria talk about her in the pregame. Mandy Air takes the board across the court. Bryce Hansen on the run, drives in baseline, turns around left side, out to Gross, fakes a shot. She goes into the paint, looks outside for Hansen, tries at a free throw line, extended 3-ball, pins it against the backboard in the hoop. Gross with the rebound, misses it. Mandy Air tries to put it back up, a foul drawn. 5:56 left in the first quarter on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 3-2. Mandy Air at the line for 2 shots. First free throw by Mandy, misses off the front. As a team, Lyman shooting 53% from the free throw line coming into this game. On the second shot, Air jumps it, and it's good. A jump shooting free throw shooter, and Mandy Air with the left hand. 4-2 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Jenkins so far has been running the offense, but haven't seen her try to take a shot yet. A steal away. Mandy Air picks the pocket of Pisolar. Out to the right side, a 3-ball missed by Hansen. Cameron James on the run. It's a one-on-one. Her versus Hansen. Hansen gets a tip on it. Takes it around, spins it, and throws it to Peden up ahead, trying to create a fast break opportunity. Up top, Rose takes it at the free throw line, but walked with it as she was driving into the lane. 5:26, the clock stopped. 3 players in for Lyman. Hope Sinnott, Sage Bradshaw, and Madison Harris. Charles C. Rose and Bryce Hanson, the two players who stay on the court for Lyman, and take that back. Rose takes a seat as well. So it's Ayer and Hanson, the two that stay in. They'll play in the post in this Lyman defensive setup. 5:15. Playing in man defense. Out to the corner. Brenley Jenkins flips it to the right side. Cameron James has it knocked out of bounds. Mandy Ayer touched it. Stays with Rock Springs. Michaela Minery, the intended receiver of that pass. Bounces it to Jenkins. Open on the right corner for three. Her first shot is off. Misses off the front of the iron. Johnson picks it back up. Dishes outside to Jenkins. She'll back up at the right wing. Give her a little bit of space. Outside to Minery. She drops it down low into the blocks, and Minery delivers. 4-4. Slow offensive beginning for both of these teams early on. 2 buckets. Well, one for Lyman, and then a couple of trips to the free throw line. The difference in that. 2 of 4 shooting at the free throw line. Missed shot on Lyman's side. Jenkins takes it across. Moving from left to right for Rock Springs. Out left side, Pasola for 3. Misses. James there on the putback. Backside rebound unguarded, and James with 2. 6-4 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Send it to the elbow. Mandy Ayer misses short. Board comes right back to her. She takes a step in with the left hand. It's good. Missed her shot, but it walked its way right back to her. She didn't have to move anywhere. Ball fell right back in her hands. She just did a little 1-foot step into the black of the court. In between the free throw line and the paint. James to the right side, then a skip to the left. An airballed 3 attempt from Pasola. And it's Brenley Jenkins with the rebound. She's out to the left wing, fires it on the run, missed a little bit short. Sinnott hit in the back by Johnson. First foul on McKaylee Johnson, and a third team foul on Rock Springs. Coach Ramiro Candelaria out on the court calling for a timeout, it looks like. Yes, it is. 3:46, the clock stopped in period number 1. 6-6 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com and KNY and 99.1 FM.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Still early. It's the first quarter here at Rock Springs High School. Rock Springs versus Lyman. Final game of the first day of the Flaming Gorge Invitational. It's early, just 4 minutes and 15 seconds gone by, but the shooting percentage for both teams, Lyman sitting at 25% and Rock Springs at 33%. Ball was knocked out of bounds last touch by Lyman, so they turn it over on 2 attempts to try to get an inbound. The pressure from Rock Springs gets the best of them. 6-6 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Rock Springs basketball on their side of the hoop. Jenkins throws it back to Minery. She has to toss it back to avoid an over and back call, I think is what she was worried about. Jenkins crosses over to the left, then to right, picks up her dribble. James to the right side, over to the corner. Pasola for 3, no good. Rebound by Hanson. She turns and runs with it. James and Minery on her. Ball goes down to the ground as Hanson loses her dribble and is out of bounds. Rock Springs basketball, a turnover for Lyman. Charles C. Rose replaces Bryce Hanson. Pass from Brenley Jenkins to the high post, then back out to Jenkins. Down in the blocks, James turns around. Looks for a passing mate. No one. Sage Bradshaw comes up with it. It's Bradshaw versus Jenkins. Bradshaw looks to have the advantage speed-wise, but Jenkins with the rejection. A foul called, though. 2 shots for Sage. Two shots upcoming for Sage Bradshaw. Score 6-6 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. First shot drops in. Kaylee Hamblin in for Rock Springs, and haven't seen Peyton Reese yet, and I'm now trying to look down and see if I even see her. Oh, there I do see her. She's wrapped up and injured, got ice on the shoulder. So for some reason or another, that'd be why she's not in the starting lineup and not playing in this game. Not sure if that just happened. She had her jersey on, so maybe in warm-ups something happened with Reese. Pasolar throws the ball away again to Bradshaw. She's on the run. Jenkins behind her. Layup drops. 1 for 2 trip at the free throw line by Sage Bradshaw, followed up by a steal and fast break bucket. Lyman on top, 9-6 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Jenkins over right side. Pasolar head fakes, drives in, jump stop into the lane. Good. 9-8. See if we can find anything out with Peyton Reese and when that happened. She has her jersey on, suggesting that she was ready to go. Jenkins on a turnover. Cameron James picks up the board and the putback. James came away with the steal and threw it ahead to Jenkins, who missed the lay-in attempt. Rock Springs back on top. 4 points for Cameron James. Sage Bradshaw into the lane. Charles C. Rose was left unguarded. James comes from behind, trying to recover, but the shot's good. Rose with the lay-in. 11-10, Lyman up on top on the Benedict's Market and True Value board over Rock Springs. Rock Springs basketball. Jenkins has it on the left sideline. Dribbles once. Switched into his zone for Lyman. Goes to the right, Pasolar. Jump stops into the blocks. Out to Jenkins. A step inside the free throw line from the key. Swish it in. 12-11. So after that timeout, the offense come alive for both sides. Sage Bradshaw, the ball handler. Ball was knocked out of her hands, and then again, she kind of pushes it weakly ahead across the timeline, stolen away. McKaylee Johnson throws it away. Mandy Ayer gets a hand on it, is tripped up by James in the backcourt, and a foul against James is number 5 already for Rock Springs with 1:21 left in the first period. 4 subs in for Lyman. Nicole Peden, Hadley Gross, McKendall Dickerson, and Bryce Hansen all in for Lyman. 4 players out for the Eagles. The only one who stays in is, I think, Charles C. Rose was already in. She inbounds. 1:20 left in the first period. 12-11. Lyman behind by 1 to Rock Springs. Free throw line pass stolen away by Jenkins. She's all out on her own. Peden will not try to foul from behind in the layup. Good from Jenkins. Brentley 4 points in the game and a 3-point advantage for Rock Springs. Trapped at the half court. Hansen throws it across and nearly stolen from Aspen Lucero. Stays within the possession of Lyman on the far sideline. 57.5 seconds left in the first period. Charles C. Rose inbounds to Hansen. Hansen takes it across, gives it off right side. Gross down on the ground to the corner. Hansen is trapped. 43 seconds left and a whistle blown. Timeout taken. We'll take it as well. Lyman with the ball when we come back, but down by 3 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on mylocalradio.com and online at KNY and 99.1 FM.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Out of the break, it's 14-11. Rock Springs on top of Lyman by 3 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Welcoming in from Sweetwater now, Braden Flack. How you doing, Braden?
Good. Thanks for having me on. It's been a while since I've done this.
I don't know if you've seen this, but Peyton Reese was in uniform, but then has a wrap and ice on her shoulder. What happened with that? Do you know anything about what's going on?
I'm actually not sure. I was going to ask Coach Candelaria, but I didn't get the chance to before the game. So
see if we can find anything out as it goes on. Bryce Hansen in the right block, turns around, gives it to the free throw line. Stop. Shot up from Kendall Dickerson, no good. Rebound Peden, it drops, and the harm.
Little flex after that.
And Cole Peden, the senior post player, with the and one opportunity, that can tie it. Shot drops, puts it at 14-13 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. First bucket today for Nicole Peden. 31.5 seconds left in the first quarter. Rattles out. Kendall Dickerson comes up with the board. Throws it up. No good. Rebound Rock Springs. So not quite. Across the timeline, Pasolar to Brenley Jenkins. Gets a screen from Johnson. Loops it over to the right side. And a trap comes in for Pasolar. And a push foul on 2-0. That's Hadley Gross. So far, Brenley Jenkins with 2 buckets. She's looking a little timid, maybe trying to just move the ball around more than try to look for her own shot so far.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start for Brenley.
To the right corner, Jenkins has it. Looks into the post. Finds Minery. She's double teamed. Throws it away and out of bounds. Number 24 getting some playing time. And I just had her listed down there. Pop that up again. I think it's.
Oh, yeah, Hamblin.
Hamblin, yeah.
Get going with these tournaments and all these names and numbers. They start
all these new
mixing
teams.
together.
And she's getting some playing time with Peyton Reese out across the timeline. Hesitation from Hanson out to the corner. A long 2 ball by Mandier, no good. Buzzer sounds 14-13 after 1 quarter on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 1 quarter gone. Reese Auto Service second quarter next. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on 99.1 KNYN FM in Evanston, Wyoming, and online at mylocalradio.com.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
First quarter's over. Welcome you into the Reese Auto Service second period. Reese Auto Service, located in Lyman, Wyoming, works on any engine, small or large. 307-747-6450. Rock Springs with the basketball to begin the second quarter. And a 1-point lead. Brenley Jenkins at the free throw line, and a travel called on Jenkins. Turns it over.
Tell you what, they've done a really good job on Jenkins so far in this first half.
And they've done a little bit of man, a little bit of zone. Jenkins, I think, maybe with a determined outlook to move the ball. I was at a Rock Springs practice, and they were emphasizing ball movement and talking about the games that they won with their assists compared to the games that they lost and their lack of ball movement. Free throw line, Mandy Air looks for a back cutting. Bryce Hanson, she runs into a double team under the hoop, throws it up, just misses. Rebound, Peden, no good on the putback attempt. Jenkins looked like she had the ball for a second. Hanson comes away with the rebound. Out to Charles C. Rose on the wing. A long 2 misses. Jenkins on the board, but I think she pushed off. And it's against Brenley. She got called. Did you see that hand there? She knocked, I think it was against Hanson.
Yeah, strong body there. Tell you what, Lyman's got quite a few second chance opportunities here. They just haven't converted quite yet.
Kate, what's the rebound total at if you get a second? 8 to 7 on the total. A lot of those have been on the offensive side too.
Yeah.
Gross with the 1-and-1 attempt, as that was the 7th foul already for Rock Springs. No good. Up ahead, Pasolar fakes. And trap comes in again. Minery has it knocked out of her hands. And then Cameron James steals it away for Rock Springs.
Great awareness by James on that play.
Seen a lot of turnover to turnover to turnover between these teams so far.
Yeah.
Looks like the last game of a opening day tournament. Game number 2 for Lyman. First game of the week for Rock Springs, though. James with 6 points in the contest. Mandy Air with the basketball. Hanson down low to Gross. Turns around, goes hard off the glass, and Hadley's going to continue to try to find that touch as the season goes along. She's struggled with it so far, both on the field and at the free throw line. Ball last touched in the fast break by Gross, stays in possession of Rock Springs. Jenkins to inbound on the sideline, right next to assistant coach Dale Anderson for the Lyman Eagles. Ball knocked out of the hands, or nearly taken away. Sage Bradshaw against Brenley Jenkins, sophomore versus freshman. She dribbles to the top of the key, out to the corner. And she drops it into Minery. Then over to Lucero, who looks for James. It's taken away by Sage Bradshaw. James takes away the pass of looking for Bryce Hansen. Stays with Lyman, though. 16-13 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board.
Might have more turnovers than points in this game so far.
Yeah, it seems about like that. It's all come really quickly. One turnover followed by another. Hansen across the timeline, guarded by James. Looks over right side, back cut. Peden perfectly executed, and she converts. Faked out far and then went racing for the hoop. Hansen and Peden, perfect communication without words that time.
Yeah, Minery caught in her steps there.
16-15 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Jenkins with the basketball, crosses over to the left. Hansen face guarding her. Then she hands off to James, and Hansen takes on Cameron. Throw into the post. Peden tripped up by Michaela Minery, and Peden fired up after that foul. Puts her on the line. 1-1 for Nicole Peden upcoming. Already 18,000. That's big.
Yeah, huge. Huge if you're Lyman, and especially with converting points here.
Switch you out for that?
Yeah, thank you. A pen works much better than a marker.
Yeah, I would say so. Watch out. It's a gel pen from a dollar store, though.
Oh, no.
1-1 free throw. The single bonus front end misses for Peden. 4 points for Nicole. Out left side. Shot up from distance. No good. Thrown up by Lucero. Stays in Rock Springs possession. Minery head fakes, then drives inside, but caught for traveling. Got happy feet on the outside. 5:24 left in the Reese Auto Service second period. No pressure shown for Rock Springs in the full court. Jenkins awaits Hansen at the midline circle. She drives over to her left side, looks in, air. Was found without a defender, and Mandy got an easy bucket in the paint.
Mix up there on the switch, easy bucket.
Yeah, Mandy Air was just in the blocks and nobody there. A couple of players scrambling to try to recover. Lucero on the right wing spins around, guarded by Air. Hands off. Pasolar. Then left side, Jenkins with it. Skip right side, Pasolar for three from the wing. Looks good, drops down. Rock Springs back on top, 19-17.
Rock Springs not afraid to shoot that three ball. It's a matter of time until that was going in.
Had a tough time starting off shooting from distance. Long three answered by Hansen.
About 3 feet back behind the three-point arc there.
That was close to NBA wing range. 20-19. Lyman takes the lead back on the first points of Bryce Hansen today. Step inside the three-point line from the corner. No good. That was attempted by Lucero. Hansen on the board. Jump ball called between Jenkins and Hansen. Possession arrow stays with Lyman. 4:16 left in the Reese Auto Service second. Madison Harris checks in for Mandy Air. Harris, a senior wing for Lyman. Charles C. Rose moves to the scorer's table as well, but the ball's already in play, so she'll have to wait for the next dead ball. Over to the right side, Sage Bradshaw bounces it to the top of the key where Bryce Hansen is looking against a couple of players in a zone look for Rock Springs. Swing around to the right side. It's deflected by Brenley, and Sage just avoided touching it.
You know, Jenkins, known for her offensive side of the ball, certainly is underrated on the defensive side. She gets a lot of those balls.
She's a quick player. She has a rejection already in the first quarter. She got a player from behind. Bradshaw drives into the paint. Ooh, close to dragging that pivot foot. Then Hansen down low to Rose. Delivers, turnaround from Charlesy. Rims out. Johnson on the rebound. 20-19. Lyman on top. 1 point on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Hesitation from Jenkins. She walks it to the left wing. Throw down low, turn around, can't quite get there. Jenkins to the right wing, steps to the left, tries a long three, air balls. And Bryce Hansen with the rebound. 3:30 left, pushing the tempo a bit. Harris up top, throws it, long three, misses wildly. Hope Sinnott on the attempt. Jenkins on the rebound. She's running through one defender, two, stops at the left elbow and delivers. Quick transition for Brenley Jenkins. 6 points for Jenkins. She's got about as true of a shot as you see in the 4A West for girls.
Especially when she gets into her rhythm.
And she's maybe getting close to that now. That's her third field goal out to the right corner. Drive in, baseline, Sinnott. Swung on from behind, and Johnson with a little swinging block. A lot of times you get called for that one, but there was all ball there, and the ref had a good view. And I think the height advantage, the significant height advantage, was in the favor of Johnson for giving the benefit of the doubt. Throw down low and just tipped off the hands of Bryce Hansen. Out of bounds, stays in possession of Rock Springs. Baseline inbound to the right of the hoop. Jenkins, the trigger man. 21-20, Rock Springs on top in a very back-and-forth match. Both of these teams have played Laramie. They both lost. Last week it was Rock Springs 31-24. Lyman lost 48-40 earlier today. Jenkins to the free throw line, inbounds. Pasolar looks to Jenkins, but she's fouled before that. Just team foul number 4 for Lyman. Down to 2:42 left in the Reese Auto Service second period. Significant foul differential. We see Caroline Bradshaw, number 3, the freshman for Lyman, check in for the first time today. Baseline, Jenkins nearly steps over the line, gets it out just in time. Takes the inbound out under the blocks, then rolls it back to the top of the key. Caroline Bradshaw caught for the foul, team foul number 5.
Yeah, Lyman hasn't had many opportunities to foul due to the turnovers.
No, they haven't. And Bradshaw, she's an aggressive player. As you see her stab at the ball there, occasionally that gets her caught, as it did against Jenkins on the foul. And Brenly very good at drawing fouls, particularly, which I haven't seen yet, but when she goes to drive into the lane, gets to the free throw line a lot. Pass tipped away. Jenkins picks it back up out right side. Pasolar for a corner 3. Yes!
She's been the sharpshooter tonight.
24-20 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Pasolar with her second tray, 8 points in all. Down to 2 minutes left in the Reese Auto Service second period, and a little floating, fading to the side Mandy air jumper. Pretty shot by the senior.
Not an easy one.
5 points for Mandy Air, 1:50 left, 24-22. Oh, open on the right corner, shots waved off for a travel as it swishes in. That was Aspen Lucero who walked with it. Big swing for Rock Springs and an opportunity for Lyman. Inbound for Caroline Bradshaw to Mandy Air. Joined on the court, Nicole Peden, Charles C. Rose on the right side, and on the left, it's Madison Harris for Lyman. Bradshaw's to Mandy, who swings around right side. Charles C. double teamed, finds Bradshaw on the elbow, then up top to Mandy Air. Down to 1:30 left in the first half. Harris, wild shot up, air balls, goes off the hands of Peden, who collects the rebound. Throw up high to Bradshaw, elbow shot, air balls again, and 2 wild shots by Lyman, probably ill-advised. Inbound for Rock Springs, 24-22 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 1:19 left. Bryce Hansen checks in for the final 79 ticks. Rose out. Brenly Jenkins takes the inbound and slowly starts to walk across the timeline from left to right. I don't think I've seen Jenkins really drive in and try to draw contact yet today.
No, and that's her bread and butter right there.
Out to the right side. She's open for 3 on the corner. Airballs it again. Mandy Air takes the board. That's 2 airballs from beyond the arc for Jenkins. Bradshaw loses her dribble, then overthrows it into the hands of Johnson. She tumbles down to the ground, and a foul against Lyman is their 5th. 56.7 seconds left in inbound.
Yeah, you got to think Rock Springs probably going into half going to address that about Brenly Jenkins not driving.
I think the ball movement's been there for Rock Springs, but maybe not taking care of the ball. There's been too many turnovers. And, and Jenkins has been less than aggressive considering what we know she is capable of. And maybe part of that, she's not finding the space against this Lyman defense, trying to swing around from wing to wing. She may not really be finding any openings. Out to the left side. Drop in, into the blocks. Johnson never gets the ball. Mandy Air ties it up. They both go down to the ground. Jump ball called. Possession arrow, I believe, Rock Springs. Yes, it is. 37.8 seconds left in the first half. Second quarter brought to you by Reese Auto Service. Baseline inbound for Rock Springs. Kozad looking for a pass mate. 5-second clock's ticking, and it's expired. 5-second call for Rock Springs. It's the second time I've seen that today. Laramie got one last contest against Lyman. 33 seconds left. Bryce Hansen takes it across from right to left. Mandy Air on the wing. Bounce pass over to Madison Harris. She skips it over to Hansen. 23 seconds left. Hansen one dribble, turns around, gives it to Peden, then to the left side. Baseline drive. Sage Bradshaw to the line for 2 shots. She's 1 of 2. Back in the first quarter, she got to the free throw line. Drove in aggressive, a 5'5" freshman. Drains her first. This is your first time seeing the freshman, Sage Bradshaw. You can tell, not quite as tall as her cousin or her sister, but she's an aggressive player and looks natural with the basketball in her hands.
Comes with the name.
2 for 2 trip for Sage. Tied up 24-24. Fast break opportunity. A slow pass, though, out to Jenkins for a wing 3. Is this it? No, a third air ball. Peden had the board, threw it off the body of Johnson. Lyman basketball with 8 seconds left.
You know, Rock Springs is just wishing they could go back and take that one. They had a wide open 2.
Mandy Air drives past her defender and Cozad to the lane. It's good! Mandy Air ends the second quarter, brought to you by Reese Auto Service with a floating 2. She had 2 of those on the run in the quarter, and Lyman takes a 24-point lead on the Benedict's Market and True Value Board into the half. We'll be back with a look back at the first and second quarter, some stats and thoughts when we return on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on mylocalradio.com and online and on the radio at KNY and 99.1 FM.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Trona Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
Sometimes getting the whole family scheduled for a dental appointment is hard. Different days, different times, and then how do you pay for it all? These problems have been solved by Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View because we serve patients of all ages. It's easy to schedule the whole family on the same day, so you just make one trip. We accept most insurances, and if you don't have insurance, we offer an in-house discount so the whole family can have a healthy smile. Don't wait. Call today. Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View, 307-782-3630.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
At the half, it's 26-24 on the Benedict's Market and True Value Board. Thank you to Kate for their statistician. Nice job. How's that look, Braden? Look at that.
I know. Like
all these numbers added up percentage-wise.
Must have taken a while to put that together. I'm impressed.
Hey, I couldn't have done it, but I don't.
I'm not smart enough to do it.
I appreciate it. 11 free throws for Lyman in the first half. Just made 5 of them. I think they're shooting themselves in the foot in that first half with that 45% free throw percentage. Just too many misses, Braden, at the line.
Yeah. No, not only at the line, but, I mean, we're talking second chance points. Offensive rebounds were huge for Lyman in that first half. And, again, just missed shots. You can't afford to leave points off the board like that.
Mandy Air leads the way with Lyman, 7 points, 6 from Nicole Peden. So offense, not from unexpected places, but leading the way a little bit different than what we've normally seen. 4 points from Charles C. Rose, just 1 3-ball, although it was a very deep one by Bryce Hansen, a candidate for the Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Play of the Game. Hadley Gross has 1 point at the free throw line, and off the bench, Sage Bradshaw's 3 of 4 from the line and has a bucket as well. She's got 5. 8 points for Aislinn Pisolar, 6 from Brenley Jenkins, and 6 from Cameron James. 2 each from Michaela Minery and McKaylee Johnson. Looking at the free throw or the field goal percentage from inside the arc, Lyman shooting just 38% from inside 3 and 20% from outside, to Rock Springs 69% inside, but just 20% from outside. I think the game's staying close because Lyman's getting some turnovers here and there. They have 6 turnovers to 12 for Rock Springs, but Rock Springs shooting the ball at a much higher clip. Yeah, no, for sure. And what's odd is, despite the higher percentage inside shooting, I think that's probably on less shots, honestly. Yeah.
If you're looking at their outside shooting, it seems like Lyman's really forced them to take those outside shots, or they've settled for those outside shots like we were talking about earlier. Sorry, I think I hit something.
No, you're good.
But, again, coming back, Rock Springs' game, they're very aggressive with trying to get in the paint. So kind of odd that we didn't see that in the first half, but definitely a very close first half that we've seen so far.
Brenley Jenkins second on her team in points with 6 points, but we've seen 3 air balls from 3, and it's not like they've necessarily been heavily contested. She's a little bit off on the first game at home. Sometimes you see this maybe if you're at the event center with the floating hoop in the stanchion, but this is her home gym. Just a kind of odd shooting day for her, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, you have those days as a player. So, I mean, I certainly did.
Yeah, certainly. Sometimes you'd be hitting everything, and then one day you'd show up and say, I'm not going to hit a single shot today, am I?
No. Got to take the day off, right?
Well, someone who has taken the day off but certainly doesn't seem to want to, Peyton Reese was warming up. I thought she was in her uniform, or she was at least dressed. I don't know what was going on. I don't know when she came out.
So I actually thought that I saw her not dressed out. I thought she was rebounding.
Okay.
During the boys' game.
Okay, she was in her jersey. I saw is what. It's all I saw.
So she must have changed after that boys' game then and came out and tested something. She must be dealing with an injury. I was gonna, like I said, check with Ramiro, but didn't get that chance. So
yeah, we'll find out at some point. I'm sure you'll take a look at that after the game. Ramiro Candelaria, head coach of the Rock Springs Tigers. Appreciate him taking some time to sit down with me and talk about this Rock Springs team sitting at 2-2. They're a good team with a lot of potential. The head scratcher is they lose to Laramie and Natrona, but beat Central in the opening weekend. Central's expected to be at the top of that second tier behind Thunder Basin and then potentially East.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. Rock Springs has a lot of potential, but again, they lack some of those fundamental skills that I think you see from those great teams. And it's going to be a work in progress, but as far as potential, I mean, the sky's the limit for this team, especially when you have your team centered around a player like Brenley Jenkins, who we've mentioned before.
And then Lyman, they're getting their shots here and there. They're certainly getting the turnovers. That's where their bread and butter is. See if that can continue in the second half. Lyman on top at the half over Rock Springs on Rock Springs High School's home court. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com and KNY on 99.1 FM. The third quarter when we return.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. Our company specializes in fire damage restoration, mold inspection, remediation and testing, flood cleanup, and biohazardous cleanup services. We complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Safety is our highest priority, and once we've completed your job, we ensure your home or business will again be a safe place to occupy. Call me, Chase, at 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year. And lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region, too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Whatever you need, it's likely that Bradshaw's and Lyman can help. Whether it's windows at home or new glass in your car, truck, SUV, or semi, Bradshaw's has it. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything large to small. And the Bradshaw Fitness Center is open 24/7. There's more, so always call Bradshaw's first. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. Again, that's 307-787-3450.
We hope you're enjoying this MyLocalRadio.com exclusive broadcast of Bridger Valley Sports. We love being able to travel around the state to bring the action on the field or court back to you watching at home. Let's face it, doing all of this would not be possible without all of our great sponsors. We appreciate the support the following businesses and individuals show to both Mountain View and Lyman Sports. Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness. Whatever it is you need, Bradshaw's can probably help. The Come On In of Casper. When it comes time to cheer on your Buffs or Eagles at state, the Come On In is your best bet for a great night's stay. Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston. General Manager Dennis Lynch invites you to come and experience a community-driven dealership. Evanston Regional Hospital. Quality healthcare close to home. Bridger Valley Motor. Got a check engine light blinking? Don't guess at what the problem is. Take it to Slim at Bridger Valley Motor in Lyman. And Achieve Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy. No excuses, just results. Thank you to all of our Bridger Valley sports sponsors.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Start of the third quarter here in Rock Springs High School, and the possession goes with Lyman, moving from left to right. Missed shot on the Lyman end. Rock Springs rebounded. Oh, Johnson didn't see the pass, was headed her way. Brentley Jenkins picks up the mess, though. Lucky play there. Jake Hibbert joined alongside Braden Flack of Sweetwater now, and I got the Lyman side, you got the Rock Springs side, just doing a dual broadcast right now, I guess.
I won't be too biased.
No, that's not allowed, especially not here on a Lyman presentation.
Right, I know. I might get lynched.
Out to the left side, Brentley Jenkins with the basketball. And sloppy play. Johnson just wasn't looking for the pass, and it nearly became a turnover. Steal away, and here is a turnover. Mandy Air on the run. Layup. No, just a little bit hard off the glass.
Kind of foreshadowing a little bit of maybe what we're going to see again in the second half.
A foul on Lyman, and that comes in against number 10, Nicole Peden. Nicole Peden at about 5'7", but you've seen she's a tough player in the post. She's a true post player at the 3A level and competing against a good 4A team right now. Lyman up 26-24 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board over Rock Springs. Jump stop and a scoop shot by Michaela Minery. 2 points in to start the quarter. Quick move by Minery, and I can't remember if she started last year. I think she was more of a 7th, 8th person off the bench, something like that, first, second person off the bench. But she gave heavy varsity minutes a year ago. Peyton Reese was a starter, and Minery right on the fringe of that. Bryce Hansen over to the right side. Charles C. Rose, short corner shot, drops it. Rose has had a slow start, hasn't scored since the first period, but gets her third bucket of the day, 28-26. Lyman back on top. Jenkins to the free throw line. Turnaround Johnson looking for Minery. Knocks off her knee and out of bounds. Lyman basketball. A minute and 54 seconds off the clock here in the third period. Lyman ball moving from left to right. Lyman in the blue jerseys. White striping down the sides. White numerals and lettering across the chest. Rock Springs in their home jerseys. Rose pressured by Brentley, and it was over and back call. Delayed there. I think the referee was just getting in position to call that one. A turnover is Brentley Jenkins, give her credit with the turnover there. Not a steal in the books, but the pressure forcing that.
Still haven't seen her take an attack to the basket yet. So.
No, and we'll see if she does, or she's just content sitting on the outside and trying to distribute. She's a very good ball handler and passer as well. Throw down low, just to Jenkins on the outside. Tries a free throw line extended three. Still can't dial it in. Misses short. Bryce Hansen on the rebound. Tosses ahead as Charles C. Rose. High dribble, double team, and James knocks it out of bounds. Stays with Lyman. 28-26 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Bryce Hansen inbounds to the right side. Mandy Air to the corner. Gives it to the wing. Then back to Hansen. She's rejected by James. Or by Jenkins, rather. Minery comes away with the steal. 2-on-2. Minery driving. Takes it through two defenders and drops it in. Minery with both buckets for Rock Springs in the second half.
Similar moves there, too, on those baskets.
Basically just a jump stop and then a step through scoop shot. This one more of a runner. Wing three from Rose. Misses shy. Out of bounds. Rock Springs basketball. Already 4:55 left in the third period. 2 points for Lyman, those coming by way of Charles C. Rose, and 4 points from Minery. Madison Harris checks in for Nicole Peden. Hadley Gross also out. Hope Sinnott in for her. Sinnott, 5'4", 5'5" senior. Playing probably increased varsity minutes from the first time we saw her out a week ago in the last two games against Laramie and now Rock Springs. Tie game. Brentley Jenkins for Rock Springs, moving from right to left with the basketball. Gives it to Pasolar and throws it away. I don't think Harris touched it. No, it's just back Lyman's way. An absolute just throwaway there.
Yeah, we've seen it so far in this third quarter. Rock Springs is beating themselves.
I think sometimes you think a player is going to pop out, and that's what the play was there. But Coach Candelaria takes a timeout for Rock Springs. We'll take one as well. Tie it up, 28 all on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Third period, 4:31 left on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com and KNY 99.1 FM.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Sage Bradshaw in, and that was a Lyman timeout, a 30-second variety. 28-28 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Mandy Air tosses it ahead to Bryce Hansen. She runs with it on the left sideline. Tied up between Pasolar and Minery. Keeps a hold of it to the free throw line and continuing to drive. Mandy Air layup just a little bit off to the left. No good. Pasolar with the rebound. She'll take it across. Right to left, over to Jenkins, open on the corner, passes up a possible shooting opportunity, tosses instead to Pasolar. Back to Jenkins, it's tossed away. Sage Bradshaw passed it, knocked it out of her hands. Picked back up by Jenkins, out to the corner. James into the corner, the right block, and Johnson's fouled. 1-2, that's Bryce Hansen's second foul. Just 3 points still from Bryce Hansen for Lyman, averaging about 15 a game. Good inbound, and Cameron James with the lay-in off the inbound from Jenkins, giving unofficial assist to Brentley Jenkins there. Steele and Jenkins on the run, scoop shot past and over Hansen. 8 points for James, 8 points for Jenkins. All of a sudden, a 4-point advantage for Rock Springs. Sage Bradshaw double dribbles and knocks it out of bounds off her foot. Another turnover, and momentum has shifted Rock Springs' way.
Johnson just stepping in there and giving a little scare.
It looked like Sage was about ready to lose the dribble as it was and kind of bobbled it out of bounds. Pasolar into the paint. Minery, little push shot, no good. Sage Bradshaw on the rebound, turning and running with it. Heavy defense from Brentley Jenkins. Sage wants to go all the way around, then throws it from one side to the other to Mandy Air. She's tripped up by Minery. Team foul number 1 for Rock Springs after they were the ones with the heavy foul trouble in the first half. It's just their first foul with 3:11 left in the third. Second foul from Michaela Minery. Baseline inbound from Bryce Hansen, far to the right of the basket. Hope Sinnott to Sage Bradshaw. She's at the top of the key, gives it left side to Sinnott, skip to the right. Harris, high dribble, triple team. Having the ball ripped out of her hand, spins around, throws it back to Hansen. Defense recovers to give it on Hansen, then a baseline drive on the pass to Air. Tosses it up, doesn't come anywhere near the rim. Johnson on the rebound. Turn around, Minery, then back to Johnson. She'll give it off to Brenley Jenkins to take it across that midcourt line. 2:40 left in period number 3. 32-28 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Lyman trails Rock Springs. Johnson takes a low bounce pass, was wide open, missed it. James on the board. Out to Jenkins for a wing three. No, still cannot find it or break the seal. Minery takes the board up to Pasolar. She takes a step to the left. Fires from three, no good. Jenkins, another offensive board for Rock Springs. Corner three by Brenley. Nothing, still. Rebound by James. Offensive rebound number 3 or 4, a miss, and James gets it again. She's fouled.
It was about 5 offensive rebounds there for the Tigers.
Lyman cannot get a hold of the ball on that run. And it ends with free throws for Cameron James. That was 2 offensive boards in a row for James. I think she had 3 in total on just that possession. 1 from Brenley Jenkins and then 1 from maybe Minery. First drops for James.
James having a pretty good game here. Not on the stat sheet necessarily, but
hey, she's leading the way. 9 points for Rock Springs.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah, she's got a good game going. Second free throw, no good. Minery on the offensive board. She's topped by Bryce Hansen. Is that a foul call? It's 1-2. Bryce Hansen called. Must have got something on the wrist there for Bryce. 1 of 2 trip leads to yet another offensive board, puts Michaela Minery at the line. Well, rebounding at a premium right now for Lyman. Mandy Air checks in for Hansen. That was Bryce's third. First free throw dropped.
A little bit of a momentum shift here.
5 points for Michaela Minery in the quarter. 7 in the game. Misses short. And another offensive board on the miss. Minery's fouled. Back to the line. Nicole Peden standing still like a statue, staring down the referee after the call against Hadley Gross. And the possession that will not end continues for Rock Springs. Drops it. Minery with her 4th consecutive free throw on its way. 35-28. This possession's yielded 3 points. And it's a second, misses, but Brenley Jenkins on the rebound. Possession effectively continues for Rock Springs. James tied up and finally ends as Sage Bradshaw comes away with a steal. Now under 2 minutes to play in the third period. Out to the corner. Rose fakes a 3, drives in baseline, tosses it up, airballs it. Brenley Jenkins with the rebound. So Rock Springs gives up possession but quickly gets it back after 1 miss. Out to the right wing. Driving in. Here's the first drive from Jenkins. She's fouled and headed to the line.
And that's exactly what we saw last year with Jenkins.
And I think maybe a confidence builder on that long possession. Brenley Jenkins feeling it a bit and driving right past the defense, getting to the line. Foul number 2 on Nicole Peden. Free throw is good, and Brenley Jenkins at the free throw line. That's her most dangerous spot because you can't guard her there. She's just a good spot-up shooter.
Yep.
Doesn't seem to be affected by pressure in these situations. Goes 2 for 2, nothing but net both times. Puts Jenkins into double digits. She's at 10 points in the game. 1:40 left. 37-28. This game is flipped on its head. It's all Rock Springs right now in the final 2 minutes. Nicole Peden head fakes into the blocks to end the run. No. Cameron James comes away with it. Throws it ahead. Nobody in the way of Minery. 2 steps. Layup. No good. Minery can't chase down her own board, but it's last touched, and it is last touched by Minery. There was no one in the neighborhood. That was an easy to get double digits for Minery, and she just missed it.
Yep.
I remember hearing an old stat, and I don't know if it was true or not, but John Stockton, it was always brought up at camps when we were kids, that John Stockton led the NBA in layup percentage at like 51 or 52%.
Really?
Basically coming down to layups are the easiest shots, but almost nobody takes them as seriously, or they're never as automatic as you think.
Interesting.
And I don't know if that's true. It's one of those things.
You have to go do some research.
Yeah, it was one of those things before the internet was all that good. So who knows if that was just something my old coach said.
trust people's words, right?
37-28 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Bryce Hansen stop and pop from Trey. Yes! Hansen, her second 3-ball today, cuts the lead to 6. 37-31 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Hansen pretty quiet today in this contest. She had 16 earlier. Minery head fakes at the right wing and a throwaway. You mentioned in the first half, Rock Springs was shooting themselves in the foot. They got all those boards, got the lead, and now a turnover after a 3-ball by Lyman. A little bit of that resurfacing.
Yep.
Inbound from Bryce Hansen. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. A 2-possession game. Hansen looks determined, throws down low to Gross, spins around, finds a passing mate. It's Charles C. Rose at the right wing. Back to Hansen. Dribbles to the top of the key, gives it to Peden. Out left side, Sage Bradshaw to the elbow, then to Hansen. Top of the key 3, misses front iron. Rebound, Brenley Jenkins. She walked right into it, now on the run. 28 seconds. Crosses over against Bradshaw. Step back from the corner. Rolls around, falls out, no good. 22 seconds left. Bryce Hansen with the rebound and ahead to Charles C. Rose. To Peden in the right block. Spin around shot against Johnson. Misses short. Rose on the putback. Falls. 37-33 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Charles C. Rose with 8 points. 6 seconds left. A long shot. I don't think she knew how much time was left. Throw it ahead. Hansen at the buzzer is well short. That was a pass, not a shot. 37-33, a weird finish to that third quarter. Nobody knew how much time was left on the clock. We'll be back. A 4-point lead for Rock Springs over Lyman on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Fourth quarter action. Next on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com. Simulcast on KNY and 99.1 FM.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
4-point Rock Springs lead on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. It's 37-34. And Lyman on the defensive side looking for some answers. They made a run after being down 9, cut the lead down to 4. So a 5-0 run for Lyman at the end of the quarter, and a weird stop where Michaela Minery threw up a 3-point ball with 7 seconds left on the clock, and then Lyman got the board and thought the quarter was over. Minery in the blocks, turns around, left side, up top to Solar. Brenley Jenkins on the right wing. Looks for a back-cutting Cameron James. Picked off by Hansen. Up ahead, Sage Bradshaw to Rose. Need the accuracy at the layup, and it is. Left-handed layup good by Charles C. Rose. 2-point game. 10 points from Charles C. Rose. Second in points for Lyman on the year, sitting at 11.8. Crossover from Jenkins at the top of the key to the wing. Elbow to the corner. Open for 3. Pasolar drains it. Barely even grazed the net there. Perfect from Pasolar, and that's her spot. Long baseball pass. Peden up ahead. Gross drops it. 40-37. Quick offense. That's not been the order of the day in this game so far, but fourth quarter, that's exactly what we've got. 54 seconds in. Elbow to the low post. Minery. Layup no good. Hansen on the board. Running with it. Up ahead again. Rose. She drives in left side. Drops it. Again. 40-39. Rose is running things right now. 12 points. 4 in the quarter. And 1 minute and 15 seconds gone by. It's a 1-point differential. Caroline Bradshaw, Madison Harris, and Mandy Ayer all set to check in at the next dead ball for Lyman. I might let this run on the lineup the way it is right now for Lyman. Jenkins on the right side. Dribbles out of it up to the top of the right wing. Fourth quarter action here on KNY and 99.1 FM and MyLocalRadio.com. The final of the 25th annual Flaming Gorge Invitational opening night. Jenkins short quarter shot. She's found some range. Timeout taken by Rock Springs. 42-39. Rock Springs up on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. We'll be back on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Meet the service and parts department staff at Auto Farm Chevrolet. We work on almost every type of vehicle, foreign and domestic. We also sell parts and accessories for almost all makes and models. Our staff is friendly and well trained, and we are here to serve you. Open Monday through Friday beginning at 7:30 a.m. We invite you to Auto Farm Chevrolet for all your parts and for all your service needs. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a community-driven dealer.
$42.39 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Tigers up on the Eagles. In a nature fight, you taking a tiger or an eagle, Braden?
Oh, that's a tough one.
The Eagles got the high ground at all times.
It's true, and if it's the tiger that's drawn out here on the court, I don't know.
You also have the vision of the eagle.
That's a good point.
They can poke the eyes out of the tiger.
America's symbol. I got to go with the eagle.
All right, there we go.
Fan favorite.
From right to left, after the miss of Lyman, Brenley Jenkins working with it. She looks like she's going to attack at times, takes the screen, now another. Still not finding any space. To the elbow, outside, to the left wing. Jenkins drives in, scooped up, draws contact, and one opportunity. Brenley Jenkins, she's driven twice, and both times she's drawn contact.
Yep, that's her game. It's taken her about 3 quarters to get into.
Yeah, 4 points in the quarter for Brenley. She had 6 at the half. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 in the quarter, or 8 and a half now, so 14 points, right at her season average. And I think she's got potential to have that season average rise up. She misses the and one free throw. Rebound, though, by Michaela Minery. This is what killed Lyman in the third period, was all of those rebounds. They just couldn't get a hold of the ball. Pasolar looks to the left. There's no one there. Now gives it to Cameron James on the left wing. Free throw line, down to Minery. Toss back to the right elbow. Head fake Johnson. Push shot, no good. Miss short, Charles C. Rose. Bradshaw, that's Caroline Bradshaw on the run. Tosses it up ahead to Mandy Air. One dribble, drop up, no good. Misses a little bit hard off the front side. Pasolor takes the rebound from Johnson and walks it across. Throws up ahead to Jenkins, loses her dribble just a little bit. Then to the right elbow. Johnson guarded by Bradshaw. Back up to Jenkins, gets past a free throw line shot. Step past Bradshaw, drops it in. Jenkins on fire.
Yep.
16 points, and I think she was averaging about 20 points per game at the midway point of the conference season, and then she had a kind of a slow side as teams really started to focus in on her. Deep three from Bryce Hansen misses. Chelsea Rose, though, picks up the board. 4.5 minutes left. 46-39, the Eagles in trouble, down 7. They go to the post, and Bryce Hansen delivers with a 2. 8 points for Bryce Hansen. 3 field goals. They've kept her contained today. That's the 15, 16 point per game lady sophomore for Lyman. Jenkins bounce pass to Minery, turn around at the right wing just to step inside the free throw line. Jump stop, misses short, gets her own board though, puts it back, misses again. Another offensive board and a jump ball called. This time Hansen right on top of it. Possession arrow Lyman, effectively a turnover for the Eagles. Sage Bradshaw, Nicole Peden check in for Madison Harris and Caroline Bradshaw. Rock Springs running a pretty tight rotation here with Peyton Reese out. I think they've only gone about 7 deep in this second half. They went, I think, 8 or 9 in the first half, but tightened it up here in the second. Down low in the blocks. A throwaway off of Johnson, though. Looked like it was off Rose from my vantage point.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too.
A bailout there for Lyman as they nearly just threw away an opportunity. And down to 3:55 left, down by 2 possessions. You cannot throw away the ball. That time is coming past. Air on the baseline. To Hansen on the wing. Tries a wing 3. Misses long. Board over the back. Charles C. Rose or Sage Bradshaw called for it. 1-3, it's Rose. Team foul number 8 for Lyman as well, single bonus.
Well, if she shoots from the charity stripe like she's been shooting from the three-point line, Rock Springs going to go up another 2 here.
Could close it out as free throws. Well, for Rock Springs, they're in the single bonus already. Lyman a long way from that. They just have 2 fouls, does Rock Springs, in the second half. Hits her first. 12 points in the game for Aislinn Pasolar. Second one misses. And rebounded by Bryce Hanson. She's dropped down to the ground, helped back up by Jenkins. A call on 2-1, Michaela Minery. Third foul on Minery. 3:50 left, 47-41 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Charles C. Rose backs up at the midline circle. It's been a fun game. Rock Springs going on a run here, and a turnover by Michaela Minery. Has Jenkins to her right, fakes up, and then hits off the bottom of the backboard. Brenley Jenkins there, though. Nobody guarded her. She tries a 3. Swish. 50-41. She airballed 3 earlier, but you cannot leave a shooter of her caliber open like that.
No.
Peden out to Rose. Turned around, and it's all Rock Springs here in the fourth. 3 minutes left. Pasolar had it. Then it's Bradshaw, then to Air. Back to Bradshaw. Sage, an elbow fake to Hanson in the blocks. Yes. 2 points to stop the bleeding, at least partially. 50-43, though. And a timeout taken. 2:59 left in the fourth period, and Rock Springs on top of Lyman. 50-43 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. This is the First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on mylocalradio.com and KNYN 99.1 FM.
At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we know our members by name and we love working with them face-to-face. But did you know that members can also handle almost all banking online? Everything from managing your accounts and paying bills to applying for all types of loans. It's simple, and we're happy to help you get started. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Sometimes getting the whole family scheduled for a dental appointment is hard. Different days, different times, and then how do you pay for it all? These problems have been solved by Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View because we serve patients of all ages. It's easy to schedule the whole family on the same day, so you just make one trip. We accept most insurances, and if you don't have insurance, we offer an in-house discount so the whole family can have a healthy smile. Don't wait. Call today. Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View, 307-782-3630.
50-43, and the rebounding differential is particularly on the offensive side. 15 for Rock Springs, 8 for Lyman, 32-22 the differential total, and it's shown here particularly in the second half. Johnson misses a little bunny on the right side, and the rebound in and out of the hands of Hanson, back Rock Springs' way. Rebounds, that's been the difference in the second half, Braden.
Yeah, it sure has.
Out to the right side, Pasolar. Little no-look pass down to the ground. Johnson, timeout taken first by Coach Candelaria. I always wonder, those ones are real close. The ball barely into the hands of Johnson. Timeout immediately. 2:36 left. We'll keep it right here for the moment. Take a look at some shooting percentages. We ran through them in the first half. From beyond the arc, it's just 18% for Lyman and 25% for Rock Springs. It's not been a good shooting day from the outside, but Pasolar and Brenley Jenkins hitting ones recently in the second half that have really turned this game around. But no doubt about it, offensive boards. How's that happen? It's just positioning, it seems like.
Yeah, no. I think a lot of it, especially in that third quarter, that possession. If you were with us when that happened.
It's like 5 or 6 in a row with all the fouls added in.
And sometimes you just get that luck, man. I'm telling you.
Who's leading the way on the offensive boards for? Looks like Brenley Jenkins with 5 and Cameron James with 4, Michaela Minery with 5. Yeah, Brenley Jenkins underrated as a rebounder as well. She gets good positioning there. Michaela Minery is quite the rebounder as well in that offensive glass. Rock Springs basketball. Brenley Jenkins with it. Takes a screen from Johnson and picks up her dribble. Turns around, gives it off to Pasolar. Into the left blocks. Johnson back to Pasolar. On the left wing, drives in. looks back to Johnson. 2:15 left. A little bit of a longer possession here for Rock Springs, holding on to a 3-possession lead. They've got that luxury. And a travel called against Johnson. Rock Springs, of course, not agreeing with that one late, but I think she probably, all the movement there, picked up a pivot foot somewhere along the line.
She might pass her glasses on to that ref. I don't know.
She was not happy with the call.
No.
Johnson takes it, or Hanson rather, takes it across the timeline. Lyman basketball. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left in the game. Hanson, deep three. She's made a couple, but missed more on that one. On those deep threes, misses that one. Board is Charles C. Roses, and Jenkins called with the foul. Team foul number 4. Number 4 on Jenkins, too. She's the player you don't want in foul trouble, and for Rock Springs, that's who's in foul trouble, about the only one for the Tigers. Mandier gives it to the free throw line. Peden turns around, one dribble to her left, puts it up, high off the handle, drops down on the second chance. 50-45 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. A whistle blown right after the shot. I didn't see what the call was there for. Anything.
I think it was they were trying to call a timeout or something.
1:30 left. 90 seconds in the game. 50-45 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 8 points from Nicole Peden. Foul and 2 shots. No, 1 and 1 coming up. That's the final single bonus. First foul on Mandier. 1:27 left in the game. Make your free throws, and the game's over for Rock Springs. The mission in front of you is pretty simple. Hold on to the ball first and then make your free throws. Shot is up and drops.
With Pasola shooting at the free throw line, that's not who you want shooting.
She's been the marksman from the outside. You mentioned that earlier. She has 3 triples today. 1 from Jenkins. After several misses, Brenly finally found the range. 2 shots in from Aislinn. 52-45 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Sage Bradshaw drives in, loses it off her right hip into the hands of Minery, and Brenly Jenkins backs up, lets the defense fall back. 1:13 left. Sage Bradshaw stabs at it, turns around, does Jenkins, then gives it to Minery. The old delay is what we're looking at now. A double dribble by Minery. 1:06 left. 52-45 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Well, a little bit of a shot in the foot, but first Lyman needs to make a shot here for it to really matter. You've got your opportunity. You don't need a 3, you just need points. Peden tries a corner shot, hits off the back iron, no good. Rebound from James out of her hands, but a foul on Hanson puts her on the line in double bonus.
Again, James just going in there like a wrecking ball. She's done that a couple times this evening.
Cameron James, I have her with 5 rebounds in the game. 11 for Brenly Jenkins offense and defensively today, so a double-double for Jenkins. Hanson fouls out with 5, and a bit of an off game for Bryce. She couldn't ever quite find her shot. It came in small spurts, but she never really got those 2 buckets in a row to get going. Finishes the day with 10 points. Fouls out with 54.6 seconds left. First shot in for Cameron James, and a good game for Cameron. She came in, I think she's number 2 in scoring. Oh, no, never mind. She's averaging 3 per game. So a season high for Cameron. Lane violation gives her another shot on the miss. I've got 12 points for James, now 13. 54.6 seconds left in a 9-point game. Looks like Rock Springs goes 1-0 on day 1 of the Flaming Gorge Invite on their home court. Bounce pass to Sage Bradshaw. I'd like to remind everyone out there that MyLocalRadio.com will be broadcasting the Slam Dunk Contest and 3-point shootout tomorrow. Timeout taken. We'll keep it here as we're all caught up on ad breaks. Braden, I'm sure you stick around for that sometimes, get some photos here and there.
Yeah, it's always fun. Sometimes I think about, maybe
trying to get out there yourself.
Trying to, it's been a while since I've hammered one, so.
It's been my whole lifetime since I've dunked the basketball. I've made a 3-pointer before. I used to be pretty good at the old plastic hoop on the back of a door.
There you go. Yeah.
Pretty good at that. Here's my advice to anyone out maybe listening that's going to compete in the dunk contest tomorrow. Keep it simple,
Yep.
and you're going to be in the finals. I'm not
True.
kidding. Put in
very
a one-handed shot where you even maybe clap the rim and then lose the ball in the air and it drops down. That's good enough to get you into the finals in this. You don't need to be – maybe in the finals you pull something out, but every year we see many hopefuls, possibly even favorites, go down because they try something fancy thinking this is a college dunk contest, an NBA dunk. It's not that.
No.
It's the Flaming Gorge Invitational Dunk Contest. And if you can dunk, you can win.
That's true. You just need a few oohs and ahs, and that's not very hard to get.
Sometimes you don't even need that. Sometimes you just need a successful dunk. Back underway here, Lyman basketball. Charles C. Rose at the top of the key, out to the right side. Bradshaw runs with it in the lane, passes off to Hadley Gross, 2 in. Late in the game for Hadley. She has 4 in the game, make it 5. 22.1 seconds, 21.9 seconds rather, 54-47 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Foul comes in. And back to the line for Rock Springs is Aislinn Pisolar. Charles C. Rose with her second foul. Young Lyman team, although some youth on this Rock Springs team as well. Jenkins a sophomore, and then Aspen Lucero a sophomore. But a lot of players. Cameron James a sophomore too, but then you got Pisolar, Minery, Reese, Johnson, and we didn't see Cameron Parentoni today. She's a senior.
Yep.
So you got a mix of sophomores and seniors basically in this lineup.
Yeah, very good mix. And, this is the first class that's actually gone through all 4 years of the program with Coach Candelaria. So all 5 seniors on the team this year.
That's true. I remember when he took over, he's been, I think, a good influence for this Rock Springs team. He's a stalwart, just kind of a consistent guy and a calm guy on the sideline, but always out there to teach you a lesson, come back to practice, look at, and I've just seen him from afar covering the teams that play Rock Springs. A lot of respect for that coach. Out to the left side, 11 seconds left. Shot from Rose, no good. Gross on the putback, in. Hadley Gross with a season high on the day, 7 points for her. 3 seconds, 2, and the final score, 55-49 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Thanks to Braden Flack for joining us in this contest. That does it for us in the Flaming Gorge in action. We'll be back with post-game stats to wrap up this broadcast next on a First Bank presentation of Lyman basketball on MyLocalRadio.com.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
Whatever you need, it's likely that Bradshaw's and Lyman can help. Whether it's windows at home or new glass in your car, truck, SUV, or semi, Bradshaw's has it. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything large to small. And the Bradshaw Fitness Center is open 24/7. There's more, so always call Bradshaw's first. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. Again, that's 307-787-3450.
Because of you, I felt hopeless. I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me. Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. In addition to our cleanup and restoration services, we also offer new construction and remodeling. We can help with a newer kitchen, bathroom, a garage, deck, or a new addition to your home. We provide accurate, itemized estimates with no hidden fees or extra charges, and we complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Call us today at 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
Post game here at Rock Springs High School, the final on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 55 for Rock Springs, 49 for Lyman. And Dr. McKay, precision play of the game. Dr. McKay Frankham in Evanston, affordable quality dentistry close to home. Goes to Hadley Gross, the 5'8 senior, getting a season high 7 points, 3 buckets in the fourth period, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. A good offensive output today for Gross in a tough offensive go of it for the Lyman Eagles. As a team, they shot just 17% from beyond the arc, 45% from inside, as they also went just 45% from the free throw line as well. Out-rebounded today, and this was the difference, by Rock Springs, 33-23. And despite Rock Springs giving up 8 more turnovers, it was really the rebounds that made the difference in this contest, particularly on the offensive glass, a +7 advantage for Rock Springs. Scores today for Lyman first. Charles C. Rhodes leads the way with 12 points, 10 from Bryce Hansen, 8 from Nicole Peden, and 7 from Mandy Aaron Hadley Gross. 5 from Sage Bradshaw off the bench as the only player off the bench to score. Rock Springs led by Brenley Jenkins, 14 by Aislinn Pasola, 13 from Cameron James, 8 by Michaela Minery, and 2 from McKaylee Johnson. We'll be back tomorrow at 11:20 a.m. Thunder Basin against Lyman on the boys' side right here at Rock Springs High School. And then we'll be at 4:20 at Green River High School for, that's actually at Lincoln Middle School tomorrow for Jackson versus Mountain View. Saturday, we'll finish out with a couple of games both at Green River High School. First, the Lyman Eagles will take on the Jackson boys at 11:20, and then a 6 o'clock game, Green River versus Mountain View's girls. So that does us for day 1 of the 25th annual Flaming Gorge Invitational. Check out games tomorrow. Also, we'll have the slam dunk and three-point contest on air, scheduled to start about 7:45. It never really does, though. Usually probably about 8:15 would be my guess as a best case for when that will begin. Until then, I'm Jake Hibbert. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. And next time, go Eagles.
The preceding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. We appreciate you tuning in to this MyLocalRadio.com exclusive of Lyman Eagles Athletics. We would like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors and partners who make this all possible. And of course, thank you for tuning in. Check out our website for more information about future Lyman broadcasts, or like us on Facebook to stay up to date with the games. Until next time, go Eagles!